Good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. I'm Paul Clark and welcome to my studio. So, what have I got for you lovely lot today? Well, recently I've been having a few comments from people saying that the last few tutorials that I've done have been a little bit challenging, a little bit hard. So could I do something a little bit simpler? So today we've got a nice, quick, simple 10-minute spring-like watercolour. And the video today is completely filmed in real time. There's no speeded up sections at all. So, I'm taking the dog for a walk earlier today. I could definitely see that there's some spring in the air. So we're going to be having a go at painting this lovely little spontaneous watercolour. So come and join me and we'll paint this step by step together. Today's materials. My paper is some Arches, it's £300 cold press finish, 100% cotton. It's on a block so it won't need stretching, but of course any decent watercolour paper will do. And my colours today are cobalt blue, sap green, French ultramarine, cadmium orange, cadmium yellow, burnt sienna, phthalo blue and yellow ochre. And for my brushes, I'm using a large Harkey, and from my range, a 3/4 inch flat and number 12 round. Off we go! So very limited drawing, so no drawing template and no photo reference because this is all made up, but I'm just starting by completely wetting the sheet with clean water. So let's start with the sky. So I'm using my flat brush and some cobalt blue. And I haven't really got a plan here. I know I'm going to paint a landscape, but we'll just see what happens, see what evolves. And I'm not really going to go for any realism today, sort of like a semi-abstract painting. Let's brighten up the sky here with a little touch of phthalo blue. You could use cerulean or even some Prussian blue. And a touch of warmer blue here with some French ultramarine. Now I wouldn't normally use all these different blues in the sky, but I'm just after a bit of fun today. And here we're going to put in a suggestion of a little stream, still using my flat brush with a few vertical bands of blue. And here I'm just adding in a little touch of sap green into that ultramarine blue for a nice dark greeny blue colour here to suggest some distant trees. And this is all still going in very much wet in wet. In fact, I'm going to try and do this whole painting in one wet in wet phase. Okay, so I'm going to list below the colours that I'm using in the fields here, but this is a great opportunity for you to experiment and use your own mixes. Just have fun and play around with the paint, and don't fiddle too much. And of course you can see I'm working fairly quickly because I don't want the paper to dry, and painting on cotton paper is definitely going to help in this regard. And I'm still using my flat brush. It's just a great way to get colour down quickly, and it stops you from fiddling and putting in too many of those unnecessary brush strokes. And of course no painting is complete without a bit of random splatting. And some splats have gone up in the sky, but hey, they could be birds. So I'm after getting a real variety of greens today, so I'm adding in here a touch of phthalo blue, and a touch of phthalo green. So if you're watching this and you're fairly new to watercolour, then this is a great exercise for getting those water to paint ratios right. You'll see how much quicker the paint travels when it's in wetter washes. And let's get a little bit of warmth in the foreground here, so I'm adding in a touch of yellow ochre and burnt sienna. Now I always think when you've got a riverbank here, it's always good to just put a little darker value along the water's edge. Splatting in here a nice thick consistency paint. And I'm just putting in here a few more blue reflections in the water. Make sure you leave plenty of the white areas to contrast against the riverbanks. And here with my number 12 brush, I'm just lightly tapping in some clean water. Hopefully that should create some nice subtle mottly backgrounds. Even in the sky. Why not? Next, I'm taking a plastic card. You could use any old store card for this, and I'm just scraping in some random texture. Could be plants, could be grasses, could be anything really. But it's important that obviously this wash is still wet. So I'm digging in with the card into the paper, which is giving me those darker lines, but also scraping the paint away. All I'm doing here is trying to suggest some sort of random detail in the foreground here. Next, I'm taking some gouache straight from the tube. You could use acrylic, nice and thick and gooey, and just dropping it into that wet. Big, thick blobs. They could be daffodils, forsythias, or oxlips.
Don't pretend you know about flowers.
And here I'm just splatting in some nice thick blobs. And here a little bit of scratching and scoring with the sharpened wooden end of my brush. A little more darker values here up in the tree line. And some more scoring with the end of my brush. Next, I'm going to be doing a little bit of directional splatting, and it's just a case of pointing the brush in the direction you want it to go, pulling back the bristles and letting it fly. And with this splatting technique, I'm just lightly tapping my brush against my finger. Next, for a few granules of table salt, and if you get the timing just right, the salt should dissolve and create this nice feathery effect. So let's put in a few trunk details with my plastic card, and again you've got to make sure that that paint hasn't dried. Just the suggestion of a little bank here. Let's get some colour in here, so I'm just going to splat in a little bit of cadmium orange. It's mixed media time, and I'm getting out my soft pastels, and these are the chalky kind, not the oil based, just suggesting a little bit of glistening on the water here. And it's really important that everything you've painted up to now is really totally dry. Pale yellow here to suggest perhaps a few little flower heads. I'm often asked if I use any fixative when I'm using soft pastels. Probably with this one I might give it just a little gentle spray at the bottom here. There we go, all done, and this one in, well, exactly 10 minutes. Oh, forgot to sign it. I'm just using a white Posca pen here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, and you'll give it a go. And remember, you don't have to do it in 10 minutes, but try and limit yourself to maybe half an hour. Just have a splash around with that watercolour, use your own colours, make it your own, as I always say, and of course, enjoy the experience. And please don't forget to like. Subscribe if you haven't already. It is free. Leave a comment. I do read every single one. I can't always reply to them all. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week for another Watercolour Wednesday. Bye for now.